Hello YouTube! Thanks for tuning in and welcome to a new video. In this video I'll show you my preparation for a group exhibition I had in Berlin with a couple of my friends, and I'll show you how I mount my canvases onto Dibond, something I haven't done before, so keep that in mind while you're watching. And I'll show you the setting up process and a little bit of the exhibition, which was great. So enjoy! So these are the ones that I already tried out on a board. They were mounted and I think it worked pretty well. I still have to cut off the edges here. But other than that, they are done. Okay, but then look how many I still need to do. Oh my god. So that will be the task for today. Getting all these done. So it was quite an intense project because I ended up mounting so many paintings. I think it was around 35 and I've never done it before. So yeah, it was pretty time intensive, but I'm so glad I went through it. I really like how it looks and how it feels, and I can recommend. As you could see before, I started off with sanding down the Dibond. And then I started to cut the canvases to the sizes I wanted them to be in the final mounted version. After that, I spread out the canvas boards on the floor and placed my paintings on the board to minimize the cutoffs and make my life easier. So now I laid them all out on the boards to see how I could split it off best without losing too much or make it as easy to cut as possible. I think that will work for now, and now the real annoying part comes, which is cutting the board and putting everything together. We will see how this goes, but for now that's what we have. I started then with drawing the sizes of the canvases on the board and cutting it. And oh my god, that is actually, yeah, it takes quite some power, muscle power and patience, because the first time I tried it, I actually used a 2mm Dibond plate and it was really easy to cut and bend, but then for the biggest amount of paintings, I accidentally bought a 3mm one, which is probably good because it's more sturdy, but it made my life so much harder. It took so long to cut everything. So yeah, if you have a small painting, I would recommend maybe going for a smaller version. Yeah, take some patience, but I got in a good rhythm and eventually it got better and easier. It was a really good workout. Finally all cut, yay! Wow, it took just like a million years. But I cut all of the boards even getting a blister here. And now I will glue all of them to the board, and then the worst part is done. So once everything was cut, I started gluing all the canvases on the boards, and it's really important to make sure that the glue is acid-free, because you really want to avoid the glue to damage your canvas over the time. So I used some kind of PVA glue that is usually acid-free and pretty easy to apply. And after I made sure that the glue was spread out equally thick everywhere, I applied pressure with a roller, and then later I even put them under more pressure with some books, and it worked really well. But I would say in the future I will probably try to glue the canvas on the board before I paint on a bigger project. Wow, okay. It's dark, sorry for the bad lighting. I already gave away my daylight lamp, so you have to deal with this light right now. But so I basically glued almost all of them to the boards now, all but 3, because I'm out of glue. Which is pretty inconvenient because it's just 3, so it would have been so nice to just get it all done now, but it is what it is, and it's Sunday anyway, so I couldn't go head out and get more. So I will need to do that tomorrow in the morning. So we'll hang it on Wednesday and Thursday. But it's still enough time, I think it's fine. But yeah, so that's what we have so far. Yay! Good morning, it's the next day, and my plan for today is getting these 3 glued and finishing basically everything up that still has to be done, and then I think I should be good to go. Wish me luck that everything goes well. I guess I'm pretty good on time, so that's really good. Also, that's what's going on in front of my building for the last 3 months. That's why I'm also always wearing headphones. It's kind of stressful and I'm looking forward to move soon. I don't have that in front of my house anymore. Yay! Maybe that's a good opportunity to explain why I even chose Dibond. I followed a recommendation by my teacher who explained to me how he mounts his canvas on Dibond. I didn't have all the things that he uses to apply it, so I had to make a bit of a ghetto version. I think for that it worked out really well. So one obvious advantage over, let's say, wood is that it's humidity resistant. Yeah, wood is just more likely to degrade fast and change its form and bend. And on top of that, Dibond is much lighter. So it's easier to hang, especially if you work big. It's not as heavy as wood would be. One more step done in the process. So now I cut off all edges of all the paintings. And now I need to varnish some more. Like, these are the ones that haven't been varnished yet. I think I'm really close to the finish line. When it comes to varnishing, I started really liking the Genva gloss varnish, which is actually hard to find in Europe, but there are a few retailers selling it. And one thing that I noticed, and I also know other artists started noticing, is that it has a tendency to pool on the painting. And for that, I can really recommend to use some cleaning wipes, like some window wipes or something similar, and rub the surface first a little bit with that to make sure to break the surface tension of the painting. Then you can apply the Gamvar, but really just super thinly. Rather apply several layers instead of starting really thick. And that really proved to work for me. I just finished varnishing all the paintings, so now I can start putting on some of the hooks. So I'm making really good progress. It's great. These have to dry now for 24 hours. And I will start putting on the hooks on these ones. So it turned out that these hooks that I'm applying there, they are water active, and I used them in the past, but in the past I used them on other surfaces and there they held much better. And I think the problem was that I should have also sanded down the back where it attaches, so the surface was just too smooth for the glue of the hook to grab on. So a lot of the hooks fell off and I had to re-glue with some extra tape at the gallery, which was a bit unfortunate, and it's a learning curve, but in general I really like the hooks. It's just that they didn't really hold on their own. They had to have an extra support. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, if I would have roughened up the back of the Dibond too, it would have attached better. But yeah, you live and you learn. It's the next day and I just packed all the paintings. And now I'll bring them over to the gallery and we will start hanging. So yeah, now it's the final countdown basically. Do-do-do! We ended up being 13 artists exhibiting together, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. And at this point I also should say thank you to Andrew and Cory, who were the biggest support and made this even possible, and they had so much work with this exhibition and I really appreciate it. But yeah, we had a really good time setting everything up. It took us a while to figure out what should go where, but eventually my friend Iga and I, we decided that we wanted to hang together because I had quite a few landscapes I wanted to show, and Iga was showing her landscapes too. Also from the format size, we thought we would go well together, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. I think our work really fit together nicely, and it was really good. It took quite a long time, and thanks for everyone that was there helping us. It's so amazing. I'm really happy about the support and how we supported each other. It was just all in all a really amazing experience. In a previous video, I'm actually leaving Berlin, aka I just left Berlin at the point when you watched this video. And it was a great way of saying goodbye to Berlin and having a last big thing happening there with friends before I'm moving on to Paris. So now I moved to Paris, and yeah, I couldn't be happier with the way it ended for me in Berlin for now. Obviously, I hope it's not the last time for me in Berlin, but yeah, I guess you guys understand what I want to say. And thanks for everyone that could come by, and also for everyone that shared on social media. And yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed the video, and please let me know in the comments if you have further questions, if I should explain something else a bit better. And if you liked the video and found it helpful, please consider leaving a like or subscribe. And then I'll see you in the next video. Bye!